Welcome to Author's Ideas, a production of JR Global, an MJR production. This series is based on the recent Oxford University Press published book, Global Business in the Age of Destruction and Distraction. As a part of their Global Business series, Gaurav Rastogi joins J.R. Klein and Mahesh Joshi in examining and exploring the disruptive nature of today's world, and introduces ideas for learning how to cope with disruption and remain relevant. Here is your host, J.R. Klein.
Wall Street is accustomed to companies setting and meeting expectations. We find that all too often companies that play this fail-safe game have begun to fail. So what is going on? Today we think a little bit about the new math in business. In the modern business world, everything seems to be about numbers. It is said that data is the new oil in that it will affect economics and society by the sheer power of its impact. Mining the data will create tremendous value, but it looks like the numbers have changed. What has been taught in school and adopted by the analysis community is to value companies based primarily on their free cash flow, which is the cash flow that is generated from the business. The cash flow month after month is used to project it into the future. That number is the company's direct relationship with the free cash that they hold. The value is important to investors looking to purchase stock and as shareholders and expectation of return. The distributive reality as new model companies, many of them technology-based, are entering the market with independent public offerings, IPOs, that look at the numbers differently. Many of the tech IPO projects project no free cash flow and often prospects of not making money until some unpredictable point in the future. How can the old math compute the company's valuation based upon the prospect of not making money? Now, it should be understood that this scenario is not abnormality, but normative. The cash question to ask is not about free cash flow, but the rate of cash burn or expended. The better question might be more about the plan to be conservative on its cash burn projections. This is an indication of the emergence of a new kind of trust-based mathematics. The value of a company becomes based on the narrative presented and the story being told. It's about promises that are inferred and motivating influence achieved. This new kind of math is starkly different from the sort of mathematics taught in business schools and is still taught. This is also not the Silicon Valley pixie dust built on a wing and a prayer. It can be seen in politics, business deals, and social interaction everywhere. Mathematics is predictable and requires proof. A mortgage company, for example, requires proof of income history and proof of past data to conclude that future data will be similar. This is how things work in the world. The problem with mathematics is that it assumes that the world yesterday and the day before will work the same today and tomorrow and into the future. The challenge, because of technology, is that the world is no longer working the way it was in the past. The changes in economics, politics, business, and upheaval in society are indicators that the world is changing dramatically. Any mathematics that require past data and draws a straight line from past data into the future is likely to be incorrect. That shift is perceived everywhere, and the challenge for workers and leaders now and in the future is how do you plan for a future when the past no longer serves as a valid reference? We're going to think some more about this new math next week.
Thank you for listening. If you are interested in more of the author's ideas, look for their Oxford University Press published books on global business, wherever books are sold. If you are interested in contacting the authors, they can be reached at info@jrglobal.co.